Hey ladies and gents, welcome to the new car show. We're checking the new Mazda 3 Facelift. This is the Prime Line in this dark blue metallic color. So let's come a little bit closer and check it out. Now we can see still the familiar headlights. So unfortunately Mazda is still saving money on bulbs. Yes, they are cheaper to replace, but I would prefer LED in 2024. We can see the lens there, and you can see if I come close this beautiful dark blue metallic color, and you can see also gray finish on the grille surrounding. That's kind of also like a bottom lash for the headlight. Now you can see the mesh design on the front. You can see the Mazda badge is the radar, and unpainted lip at the bottom, still looking the same. Air opening here opens at higher speeds for air intake. Now if we come to the front, you can see the new 3 facelift. So really small changes and new trim names. So checking the alloy here now, let's see if I can see the tire dimension is, this is 16 inch, so it's a 205/60 R16, and we can see a lot of tire, so good for comfort. Silver alloys. It's kind of interesting that the alloy is sticking out so much outside the tire, but I think there is enough tire to prevent curb rash. Now I'm going to come back to the spec later. Now checking here the top, you can see the head-up display, a little close up there. I know there's a lot of reflection, but it is what it is. You can see the speaker behind the display there, and you can see here your lane assist camera, and there's a light and rain sensor there. So double laminated windshield, better for acoustics as well. Now you can see the side mirrors. They have this kind of piano black details here. And you can see the bottom is pretty plain. You can see the turn signal, and you have, look at this, standard blind spot in the mirror itself, plus blind spot warning as well. Now, one thing I dislike on the Mazda, and I don't think it suits the car, is the silver trim below the windows. I think it should have been black. And you can see here you have skirt in unpainted black. It gives it a little character. Now you can see here the door handles. Now there's a keyless entry, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe there's a physical cylinder behind this one. You can see that, yes. So I'm gonna come back to that later. Now on the rear we have the real discs. You can see the real alloy, and here's the petrol. You can see that when you uncup this, you put it here so it doesn't hang and scratch your clear coat. Now we have a really discreet spoiler in this piano black, and you can see the LED taillights. Now there's this huge plant here, so I'm gonna just show you this angle, and then I'm just gonna go around it and show you the back end. So you might have noticed that this color is kind of shifting. It's a pearl color, so it's like a dark blue metallic color that kind of switches to darker blue or like purple or violet, something like that. Now you can see the rear LED taillights. I think they've kind of changed these slightly. Honestly, I haven't checked because it's such a minor facelift. So, but interesting, on the back everything is LED, and then on the front halogen bulbs. Why Mazda? Just why? Mazda 3, same badge. I like the 3D design, and you can see the Sky Active G badge on the back. Piano black bottom bumper part, and you can see the cat eyes and at least a nice exhaust pipe, so this one's not a fake exhaust. And you can see the cold LED lights for the license plate illumination. That's quite nice detail there. And you can see the wide lens backing camera. Now let's open it up. So if I back up, you can see quite nice hatchback. Now this opens nice and tall. So I am a 2 meter tall person, or 6.6 feet. So that's for comparison there. You can pull to close. It's a manual. It's plain on the top. Now we have this shelf here, cloth. You can take these off, so you can remove the top shelf if you want to. And I like the fact that it's flat here, so you can put an umbrella here. And look at the space. That's a very generous hatchback space. Now this is quite tall here, so there's like 5, then maybe like 10, 12 or 11 fingers from bottom to the top loading area. Just plastic protection here, but it is quite deep and it's nice and wide. Now checking here, this is all cloth. There is a little extra room here if you need to put longer object, and I was expecting feather points here, but I don't see it. Maybe something you need to remove. Seats knocked down 60/40. I wish there was an opening there, but it isn't. Maybe something to add in the future. There's a cold light on the left side. Now another thing I would like is maybe grocery hooks on both ends here. They can incorporate that for practicality. And you can take this up. Then you can see here we have a patching kit and a little extra room here, so maybe you can put a first aid, something like that. This could be taken out, but if you need an extra space and you don't want the styrofoam, but the styrofoam acts as a insulation to prevent noise from the road coming into the cabin. So another close-up at the collar, you can see towards the top, towards the glass, it kind of shifts, so it's purple and then it's kind of blue, but it's like a chameleon color. So just to show you this angle, I mean, Mazda 3 is a really sporty looking car. Even in this like basic trim, it really looks good. It's well equipped. Now, unfortunately, there's no tinted windows in the back here. And if you aftermarket tint these, you can always see these really dark orange heaters. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I would always tint the windows on the back. Good opening and closing sound. Now, as far as my memory serves me, the last time I drove the 3 had a good soundproof, more or less. You can hear push to lock if you have kids on the back, so they cannot open from the inside. And inside you have premium materials. This is leather, it's padded, so it's soft. Even here you have leather, it's padded. You have some contrast stitching there, gray finish, nice big handles. There's a little piano black here and here, not too horrible. And look at this, this is nice and soft, nice and squishy. Same as here, this is cloth, but it's also padded. And then at the bottom, look at this. This also is covered by leather. It feels really premium inside. There's a smaller pocket here, but also covered. And there's a speaker there. Now, checking the inside, excellent Mazda all weather floor mats. And you can see here the cloth seats. So it's black with kind of brown, slightly looking brown on this light country stitching and inside part. Now over here you have the ISOFIX. Now these are removable, so try not to lose them. Maybe store them in the back. And you can see here there's a seatbelt aligner, and here you push down and then you pull out. Now this seat is obviously in the way. I wanted to show you inside, but it's also pretty dark, but so you can't see really that much. Now I'm gonna attempt to sit inside. I was sitting on the front. I'm not sure if someone moved the seat or not, and I was really comfortable. So that is a really tight fit. I would be like definitely banging when my knees hit the driver. This is just in case there's a really tall person on the front. Feet space is okay, but if a tall person is on the front, the knee area is quite tight. Let me just close this one. Good closing sound, but the front is open. You can see the front seat belt is height adjustable. Now, there are no air vents here on the back. I think they should have added that. The seats are nice and comfy. They're wide here, go inwards, and the interior quality is really on a premium level. Now I can take this one out. You can see here these are adjustable, these are rubberized, the bottom is plastic. Now I would definitely like to have an opening here for longer objects. These can go up, then you press in to lower them, and it looks like the black roof liner is a standard, I guess. Now something about Mazda is that it used to be spacious inside, and then because of the aerodynamics they lowered the roof, kind of made it claustrophobic looking inside. There's definitely less space in the interior now with this new generation. They try to maximize the headspace here, but you know, it's not enough if you're a tall person. All four sides have slowly closing handles, and there are hooks here. Nothing on the B pillar, and headspace for a 2-meter tall person is obviously not enough. Now on the top you have physical switches, cold LED lights. I like that. And okay, let's get on the front. I'm gonna see if I've backed up the seat maybe too much, but obviously this is an issue space-wise, which is really a shame because it's a great car. Good closing sound considering that the window is all the way down. Doesn't make like rattling sound when you close the door. You can see the seals and you can see the inside materials. Now I'm gonna switch these lights to automatic so it doesn't ding. You can see this is padded, so this is leather padded, and then same here, cloth but padded, and then same as on the back. There's a bigger pocket here, and you can see here you can lock, unlock, so the lock button has this like whole piece so you can recognize which one's which. Nice big handles. You can push this one to lock manually or unlock, and then nice metallic finish on this gray part. Now speaker here looks excellent. This one looks even better. You can see through. Now you can get a Bose, I would definitely recommend that, but these are the bass speakers. Now tire pressure is here, and looking the paddles here, these are, I wanted to show you the back one there. Oh, actually this one's like a truck pedal or semi pedal, lorry, whatever you call it. So rubber pedals. Now over here you can see the manual seat. So this one's for up and down. You can see for the knee area, so that's quite practical. So this has a nice grip. Push this one up to slide back and forward. This is for up and down of the seat, and then this one push up, then you can tilt the top. And the seats are quite comfortable. Bolsters are okay, a bit bigger on the top. You can see again the cloth material. Now underneath here you have the little space, Now you can put a maybe garage opener or something similar. I'm gonna pop the bonnet later. And then you can see here, you can, I guess, turn off the safeties, parking sensors off, traction off, and start stop off. You can see the automatic long beam. Push down, then you can manually adjust the steering column. View at the top, and let's jump inside. Before we do that, just to show you really good original Mazda all-weather floor mats. I really hate these paper towels on car shows, but it is what it is. Let's close it up. Again, good closing sound. Now, switching to wide lens. So this is the point of view, and it looks amazing. It's really good. Now, everything is more or less the same. I think the display here has more real estate, slightly smaller bezel. The rest is more or less the same. They removed the cover for the cup holders. And let's zoom back in. So I personally love the steering wheel of Mazda. It's not too thick, not too thin, but it's thinner here, but it's not like completely, you know, round. It's just this edge is getting thicker. So it really gives you nice feeling in the hand, and I like it. The leather quality is superb. It is real leather, and it's nice and smooth. Now over here we have the physical buttons, and besides this one, there are no other blanks. So you have the volume, phone calls, info for the trip computer, source, cruise control, speed limiter, cruise, and I forgot what was here, but there's only one blank. And this is all leather. Now you can see the wiper controls, you can see the light controls and turn signal controls. There's a button to reset the trip, and there is a button for the illumination of the display and the background illumination. Now you can see the air vents. You can see here, this is padded with leather. Look at this, padded, and then padded. Everything is nice and soft. There's a head-up display there. Now this is kind of gray finish. There are air vents shooting to the side, to the frost, this part of the window. Now the side mirrors are good, but they're kind of far towards you. It's kind of weird. This is only in the Mazda I had this feeling that it's just too close. Now the rest of the dash, there's a speaker I showed you behind that screen. Over here you can see maybe not. There's an edge here. You can see clearly the display edge. So there is like a bezel here and here, but I think this has been updated. We don't have the key. And over here, this is also padded. You can see the brown contrast stitching, so everything is nice and soft. And at the bottom, it's hard plastic. Now over here we have the AC. Now this one's not automatic, so you have the temperature here. I would prefer if they've marked like at least the degrees. And here you have the fan speed. It's a nice dials. And then you have the AC, air direction, closed air circulation, front rear defrost, hazards. Now, I don't like this pulsating hazards. BMW has incorporated this. I just like the standard hazard, not this pulsating thing. Start stop button, and again, no piano black, at least on the top of the dash. You can see the air vents and slowly opening spacious glove compartment. There's some stuff you get here, but you can see this is quite spacious glove compartment. Closes nicely, and over here at the bottom, this is kind of rubberized, so you can put your phone here. These are adjustable cup holders, also rubberized. And this is leather padded as well, you can see that. So everything is high quality finish. Now we have the 6-speed manual. Now the gears are nice and precise, they're short, they really feel good. This is the reverse, so excellent. And the high quality finish, you have the aluminum and leather, looks quite superb. Now, you have the electronic parking brake, auto hold, and auto hold. This is if you're on a uphill, the car won't go backwards. So that's nice, even if you have a manual. Usually only reserved for automatic. Also on the traffic light, you don't need to hold the brake. Now you have the classical this dial for the infotainment with shortcuts. You can see here, and it's a home button, music, navigation, return to control this one. This one's, if I remember, a touchscreen only when you're in a stoplight. It disables the touch when you're driving. And here you can see the volume. Now this is excellent. Volume knob, and you can press to turn on or off, and you have the favorites. There is a piano black here that I don't like, but it's there. I would suggest maybe putting a PPF here. Go to your detailer and just put some PPF protection. This is really soft. Look at this. My fingers dive in. And so there's a mechanism to open this. You can see this one. Now, you can't push it. You have to click and move it. So it locks, but then you have to like click again to open it. There are two USB-C, so you know this is a facelift. Because of that, there is a SD card, if I'm not mistaken, here still. Come on. Okay, this is kind of stiff. There you go. Don't want to break anything, so SD card. 12-volt outlet. There is no spring here, so it stays down, so that's sometimes good. And there's a little cloth here at the bottom. I think you can remove it if you need to vacuum. And there is this divider here, so you can play with that, as you can see. So actually, let me just turn on the light. You can see a lot better now. So once again, divider there, and yeah, that has a hole here, and yeah, 12-volt outlet, two USB-Cs, and a SD card over there. Okay, yeah, let's close this up so you can see a lot better inside with the light on. Again, very comfortable seats. And checking the top here, let me just switch this one off. Okay, so we have these cold lights, so they look great. Now you have here passenger airbag information and the seat belts. You can see that, and there's also second row passenger seat belt. Oh, second row, third row. Okay, I guess the front row is the second row. Yeah, and there's this mirror, so it has a bezel, no auto dimming, but it has the classical like thing to put it down if you're being blinded. And over here you can see there's a cloth, so nice room for your sunglasses or maybe reading glasses, or if you need to drive with glasses. Speaker, two temperature sensors on the top, and emergency call there. All black once again, and document holder here in the sun visor. This turns on the light, so you have the beauty mirror, and the lights are consistent cold light in the interior and in the cargo space. I don't think this extends, so this area is not covered. Yeah, it's not extending. And headspace for a 2-meter tall person. Plenty of headroom. I can go lower, but then in that case, there would be less feet room for the person in the back. Now, I've said I'm gonna check if there's room, and there's definitely room here and here for my knees, as you can see. So I could go like this, and then I think that would definitely give a tall person such as myself an extra comfort for the knees not to bump the person that's sitting in the driver position. But for an average person, it will be okay on the back seat. Now, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Now, only just to show you here, if I switch this to the lights on, you can see the illumination is white. And that's it. Let's get out. We're gonna pop the bonnet. Now, not sure, but I think there's a fuse box here. We're gonna see. That may be in another video. Now let's get out. There's some people waiting to eagerly check the interior, I guess. Maybe not. And just gonna open the bonnet to wrap up the video. So we have the Sky Active G. It's 4-cylinder petrol. Blue thing here is your washer fluid, and I'm just gonna let it drop. Closes perfectly. So let's check the spec here. So we have the Mazda 3 Facelift e-Sky Active G, 122 horsepower, 6-speed manual, and as we mentioned, Prime Line. Now these are the standard specs here. We're in Austria again, so this is in Deutsch. And here are some extra options. So this is tied to the Prime Line. That's the Mazda's way of trims. So when you go to a higher trim, you get more standard stuff. So you can see the extra options, and 27,000 euros, 340 is the price. In monthly lease here in Austria is 148 euros. That is dirt cheap if that's the lease price. Not sure what's the down payment, but that'll be definitely a cheap lease price. So guys, tell me, how do you like the Mazda 3 Facelift Prime Line? And I'm gonna film another Nagisa on this car show with some different bodywork compared to the one that I filmed on the channel already. So if you want to see that, do subscribe, click the bell to get notified, and hope to see you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.